Hello and welcome to 7 Days. Zack Yusof here with a quick recap of some of the top stories from last week. At the top of the show, Donald Trump became the last man standing in the race for the Republican U.S. presidential nomination on Wednesday and now faces the challenge of repairing deep fissures in the party. Anointed the presumptive nominee after winning Indiana on Tuesday and driving his closest rival, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, from the race, the controversial 69-year-old New York billionaire plans to set up a vice presidential selection committee and step up efforts to seek unity amongst a wider group of Republicans ahead of the November 8th election. Trump's win in Indiana cleared the way for him to prepare for a likely general election matchup against Democrat Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State, who will likely become her party's nominee. That is amazing stuff and slightly scary. And I'll tell you what, Donald Trump may well be the first president to have been married 3 times and probably the first one to have his own reality TV show as well. Okay, coming up next, a jury in Los Angeles found a former 63-year-old sanitation worker guilty of 10 murders in the Los Angeles Grim Sleeper serial killer case on Thursday. Lonnie David Franklin Jr. could now face the death penalty in the shooting deaths of 7 women between August 1985 and September 1988, and the strangulation deaths of a 15-year-old girl and 2 other women when the killings resumed between March 2002 and January 2007. Prosecutors say the victims were sexually assaulted before their deaths. Their bodies were found dumped in alleys and trash bins in South Los Angeles, an area gripped by rampant drug abuse, prostitution, and other crime at the height of a crack cocaine epidemic that engulfed impoverished neighborhoods during the 80s. Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman had called Franklin a serial killer who blended in with the community to carry out the murders, City News reported. The gap of more than 13 years between the 2 spates of killings has earned the killer the nickname Grim Sleeper. Moving along, Mexico City's government ordered traffic restrictions on Thursday and recommended people stay indoors due to serious air pollution as a smog alert in the sprawling capital heads into its 5th day. According to officials, 40% of vehicles will be ordered off the road. A start date for the vehicle restrictions has not yet been officially announced, but restrictions are expected to remain in place until at least the 30th of June, according to officials. Factories around the capital have also been told to reduce emissions. The recent spate of smog warnings follows a period of relative poor air quality in the metropolis.
Tienes un parque vehicular de más de 4 millones de vehículos circulando al mismo tiempo. Esto saturó no solo las arterias, sino que fue liberando y de alguna manera desequilibrando la capacidad de carga de contaminantes en esta zona ya frágil de por sí. Entonces, el principal objeto de nuestro foco de atención para reducción de emisiones es las fuentes móviles.
The warning had not previously been seen since September 2002. The government said the alert stemmed from an extraordinary increase in ozone concentration due to the presence of a high-pressure system and intense solar radiation around Greater Mexico City, which is home to more than 20 million people. Wow! Wonder if we could get our cars off the road as well when the haze returns. Okay, coming up next, foreign ministers and military heads from Indonesia, Malaysia and Philippines met in Jakarta on Thursday to discuss security at sea following a series of kidnappings. The meeting, hosted by Indonesian President Joko Widodo, was called following a series of kidnappings by Abu Sayyaf rebels in the southern Philippines. Indonesia is trying to free 4 of its citizens seized by the group and has been repeatedly calling for joint patrols with Philippines and Malaysia, who also have citizens being held captive.
Pertama, mengenai patroli bersama akan lebih didetailkan, nanti di lapangannya akan seperti apa, bagaimana kerjasamanya. Dan yang kedua, mengenai kalau ada kejadian di lapangan, tindakan-tindakan apa yang akan dilakukan.
Abu Sayyaf, a formidable and brutal militia known for amassing tens of millions of dollars from the ransom business, is currently holding 13 people, amongst them 4 Malaysian seamen and Japanese, Netherlands, Canadian, Norwegian and Filipino citizens as well. And finally, the largest diamond uncovered in over a century was put on display at Sotheby's in New York on Wednesday. Named Lasedi La Rona, which means our light in the Setswana language, the 1,109 carat diamond is about the size of a tennis ball and will be up for auction in London on the 29th of June. Now, Sotheby's expects the diamond to fetch more than $70 million. A small Canadian diamond company, Lucara Diamond Corporation, found the world's second biggest gem quality diamond ever recovered back in November and the largest in more than a century at its mine in Botswana, an arid and sparsely populated southern African nation that relies heavily on diamond mining. Tell you what, that is one hell of a rock. Would like one myself, actually. So until next time, have yourself a good week.